Good afternoon and welcome to day 38 of our second annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage. I'm Sherry Pluskota, aka Peaches, flying solo at the moment. Many thanks to our sponsor, Elevator Results. If you need a tailor-made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevated Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their website at elevatorresultspt.com. Please be reminded that our recordings from our past spaces can be found on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212, and I have uploaded a bunch of those till wee hours of the morning last night. So there's some more up there, and I think I still need about 4 more episodes or so, maybe 5. I don't even know. But we're getting caught up now that I have good internet. So that was holding me back in Vegas. Sorry for the time mix up again today, folks. I just have to get back on East Coast time and an East Coast state of mind. Again, I tried to start the space at 9 a.m. Eastern time instead of 9 a.m. Pacific time this morning. And I'm just screwed up. What can I say? I want to get back to talking about the barbecue places in Vegas. So we're going to do that in a little bit. And of course, talk about winners from yesterday and some of those that I know that are moving on to day 2 of the main event. If anybody knows anybody that went to the Big Hoonies party, let us know. Maybe we can have them come on and talk about that party. I've heard some good things about it. Of course, it was too early at 6 a.m. to text people about it when I thought I was starting the space earlier today, and then I went back to bed. So, no time for that. For me, anyway. A couple of shout outs to some friends of mine. Diane Cooley was one of the ladies featured on the Poker Go studio, or not studio. All right, let's try that again. Diane Cooley was one of those ladies featured on the Poker Go live table at the main event yesterday. This was not her first appearance. She is from Georgia. Her first appearance on the main table or the featured table was when she was at the final table of the WSOP ladies event in October of 2021. She came in 4th place in that tournament for $36,000. She's a bit of a crusher. Her total live earnings on her Henta Mob are $75,000, and she just plays poker for the fun of it. She's not a pro. She just plays for the fun of it. She's definitely a rec player, and she is a damn crusher for sure. So I was excited when I heard she was on that live broadcast. I tuned in for a little bit before I took a nap last night, yesterday, which has further screwed me up. But anyway, another person I'm so excited I got to see on the live feed at the second table was my friend Starr Valdez, who was part of the crew over the Flophouse Radio with me. So I've spent many hours, with her, and I was happy to see her. And if any of you guys were watching, she was on that second featured table, and she's been highlighted for a massive fold that she made. She had the lower end of a straight and folded it correctly to the higher end of a straight and a chaser that got there. So kudos to Starr for laying down that straight. Her total Henta Mob earnings is $109,000 in 2018. She took 5th place in the $1,240 buy-in at the Golf Championship for $22,918, making that her highest live cash of a tournament, right? So kudos to those ladies representing us well. Hello, Donna. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Wish me luck.
I wish you much luck. What am I wishing you luck for?
Because I'm going down to Caitlin's to get all her stuff because she's moving out in halls.
Oh, is she coming
So
home?
she's coming home.
Okay, and how long will she be home for?
Till end of August, I think. But yeah, I've got to get all that shit in car.
I wish you much luck. You must be feeling better.
uh, I'm feeling a bit better than I was, yeah. But yeah, just wish me luck. You've done it, so you know.
Oh yeah. There's probably just more than me that have made those types of moves in life and have somebody come back home for a while and it's going to be fun. It's going to be good to have her back and once you get that shit shoved in your car, it's going to look like a clown car when you get home and you start unloading it, but it's okay. You make it work, right? Tie shit to the roof if you
So,
have to.
the way I drive it would blow off.
Well, I don't doubt that. I mean, it's going to have to be secured very well, of course, but it's better than making a second trip.
Of course, I'll fit everything in, believe me.
Well, I'm glad you're going to be doing that. Stay safe. Stay safe. Let me see if I can
I
get
will.
Brian up here.
I
Um,
left it until the last minute, so I'm going about 6:30. So
all right, very good. Glad to hear it. Before I go any further, hey, Brian.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. I've got to get that in my head, Brian.
It
Good
is
afternoon.
not
Good afternoon.
afternoon.
It is here. I have to get that in my head because I have 9 a.m. in my head.
Oh my
And for the
gosh.
second morning in a row, I started the space 9 a.m. Eastern time like a dumbass. And about 20 seconds into it, I went, oh my God, I'm home. It's 9 a.m. at home. It's 9 a.m. at home. And clicked off and laughed at myself. And then I made a tweet saying, Dear Sherry, blah, blah, blah,
Start
11
the
o'clock.
space at 8 a.m.
Yes, at 11 o'clock, it is your real space time. And, thank God for Brian because no one else caught that I still had the wrong time in my tweet. It's 12 o'clock here. 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Anyway, I've been on, as you guys all know, I've been on Pacific time since February 22nd. And so I just have it in my mind. I get up in the morning. Oh my God, 9 o'clock. I got to get ready for this for the space. And oh my goodness. But the good news is I was able to go back to sleep. And then I had everything ready for the space. So I just woke up a few minutes ago and here we are. So that's the good news.
There we go.
There we go. Ay, ay, ay. Blonde for a reason. That's all I'm telling you, people. I'm blonde for a reason. And this proves why once again. I go ahead.
No, I was just laughing at you. You're funny.
Well, if we can't laugh at ourselves, Brian, we shouldn't be laughing at all, right? I
Yep,
want to.
exactly.
I want to finish the list of barbecue places, mainly because I had sent this list home in a suitcase with my husband when he came to see the baby, and I didn't mean to. And so I was able to dig it out this morning, and here we go. I want to give the last few um, recommendations for barbecue places in Las Vegas. So, Virgil's Real Barbecue, Las Vegas, for actually good barbecue found in Las Vegas on the Las Vegas Strip. This two-story restaurant located at the Link Promenade has two smokers and everything from sweet Memphis style ribs, tangy Carolina style pulled pork. The drinks are good too, with draft beer, whiskey, 1 gallon party in a jar cocktails of margaritas, lemonade, and punch. So, Donna, we're going to try that when you come in, I think. Um,
oh yes, thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Biscuits and bourbon. I can't remember if I talked about this one before, so I'm just going to say it again. Though it was created in, oh, yeah, I did talk about that one. So biscuits and bourbon. And then there's Big B's Texas Barbecue. This Southern style smokehouse imports all wood for its smokers from the owners of their family's farm in Texas. Smoked brisket, chicken, turkey, and tri tip all land on the barbecue section of this menu, alongside sides like cream corn, fried okra. There is plenty of condiments. I'm not sure where they mention it. Oh, I do, because there are some different things like pickles, pickled carrots, jalapenos, cherry peppers for the taking. Let me see if I can get Brian up here. We must be having some technical issues. Mabel's Barbecue, we talked about that. And then there's Bell's Barbecue with Chef John Bell running the show. Bell's added plenty of creativity to this technique to its menu. Ribs, brisket, chicken, and plenty of other smoked meats. Meat, deviled egg, potato salad, buffalo fried cauliflower, mac and cheese are also on that menu. Non-smoked items like fried shrimp, fried chicken help round out the menu. So that's Bell's Barbecue, and I will post a complete list of those barbecue places. So there you go.
Sounds good.
I know it sounds yummy, right? And I hate that I
You
didn't not one to the
you
did not
you
get to
got
one of
roll
them.
and smoke, right?
Yeah, we talked about that one because
That
you'd been there.
one's yeah, that one's good.
Yummy. How can you go wrong with barbecue?
And actually, I have one to add,
Please
Sherry.
do. Please do.
Now
Go ahead.
you're not going to believe this, but the WSOP Cafe had some really tasty brisket. I don't know if it's an everyday thing. Abby went to get me some, and they didn't have it. She said, but man, I was having some with Jesse Fullen and forget the other gentleman's name. Man, they were having it
Nice.
and it looked good. And so I got some and it was good. It's the first thing that I liked there, other than out on the at the horseshoe, out in the mall area out front. They have a good Greek place that a friend of mine reminded me of. So that one is pretty solid too. So
Wow, so noted. So brisket at the cafe, at the WSOP cafe, folks. Try it out. Let us know what you think.
yeah, not sure if it's an everyday thing, but when I had it, it
Right.
was super, 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 super good.
Well, that sounds amazing. I met a lady. She was sitting next to me on the airplane coming home, and she's actually meeting her a daughter in Atlanta. She's never been to Atlanta before, so I was like, "Oh my gosh, you have to go to Fox Brothers Barbecue," because she mentioned they were going to do the civil rights movement tour in Atlanta, which is amazing. I highly recommend that as well. And I told her she needed to go. I didn't know if the Jimmy Carter Center was on that tour or not, but she should consider that. Fox Brothers Barbecue, and of course, to come to my peach stand and get some Georgia peaches. Hello. So, gave her directions to my peach stand. So, we'll see if her and her daughter and stepdaughter turn up at the peach stand this weekend. But it made my mouth water. I want some barbecue now.
There we go.
If you never had Fox Brothers, that's where I'm going to take you guys, Brian. When you and Abby come to town, we're going to go to Fox
We are
Brothers.
coming. We are coming sometime after July 17th.
Hell yeah, because I want to see the bracelet. Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
Got
We
to
might
see the
as well
bracelet.
win the main event. I mean, that is that. I mean, if we're gonna win one this year, that is the one to win, Sherry.
That is definitely the one to win for sure. Should we talk
I,
about
I
what took
told I
place?
told Melanie if we win on the winners interview, what I'm gonna officially put in her notice that she's retiring with her employer, who has been pretty shitty to her this year. So
Oh, I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that. But the good news is, Mel, the man's going to win the bracelet. So you're into retirement, my friend.
yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah. Should we talk about the winners and how the tournaments are going at the
I
WSOP?
I have one up here that yeah, I'm ready to talk about this one.
All right. So number 70, the Colossus. We have two winners. Martin I think it's Alcade, took home the gold and 501,000. And I'm just going to spell his first name is Yujian Zhao. Took home second place for 325K. Any comments on that one?
He only had to collect 773 million chips. That's it. That's it.
God.
But
Oh my
I'll
God,
tell
so
you,
many chips.
if this final table was anything like the one I saw the other night, oh my gosh, what a bunch of knuckleheads. Anyway,
Well, fun stuff to watch, though, even still, right? Event number 30. No, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm looking at way too many things.
71? No,
Uh,
no.
Event number 78, which is the mini main $1,000 buy-in, 5.3 million in prize pool money. The winners are Giorgio, or no,
Yeah, Georgios
yeah, Giorgio.
Scoteris.
Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Took home the gold, and he also took 555,000. Second place went to Alexander
Barbara Nelly.
Nelly of Italy, and he took home
Barbara Nelly. Yeah.
370. Thank you, 370,000. So congratulations to those winners. Any more comments?
Yeah, that the problem with that event was, everybody has a ton of chips, and then they ran out of tables, and so the lines on that got kind of long. I think that next year they'll probably make some adjustments for that. And that's the thing, like, if you're making complaints to these guys, realize, like, do it in a really constructive way. All they do is listen to complaints all day, and the reality is, I went back with Jack Effel and was talking about just all of the changes that have happened since 2005, just to make things better and things like that. And I was saying, I'm not the complainer, Jack. Like, I sing your praises a lot. And the reality is they are juggling a 18 ring circus, not a 3-ring circus.
That's right.
And they do an really pretty incredible job, and there's never going to be like a situation where we're completely happy with everything. So
That's why we don't complain about those things that we're not happy with unless they're major, right?
yeah. And the other thing too, like, I went to say something yesterday, and then I said, you know what, I'm going to wait till after the series to send it to him. He's in the middle of
Good idea.
of this stuff, and there's no way to really correct that right now. So
Good idea. Well, I'm just, I thought about this the other day. I probably should have played that mini main instead of the ladies event. I think it would have, just because of sheer value.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably going to be my play next year. So, not that I don't love the ladies event, but I'm like, I really should have looked at that and thought about that a little bit better.
It depends what you're there for. I know that for you really enjoy the vibe of the ladies event and all that. So that's the positive of that. But if you're looking at, like, hey, what's the structure and things like that, I'll tell you that Salute to Warriors was incredible, but they are obviously taking $40 out of the prize pool for the veterans, which honestly, whatever, like, that makes me feel good. And the thing about that event was you got 60,000 in chips. I think that's what you probably get for the mini main event, right?
Probably.
Yeah. So 60,000 in chips, 40
and
minute
let me
levels.
just say that the ladies event, you only got 20,000 in chips.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. Don't get it twisted. I'm not married to any ladies event. Never have been. Never will be.
Yeah.
It's always been about value for me, and that's why until 2019, I had never played the ladies event, and even that year, I'm talking about the WSOP ladies event. That year, the night before, somebody offered me a staking. Otherwise, I would have never played that ladies event that year because I would rather take, because at that time I was staying in Vegas 2 or 3 weeks, and I would rather take that $1,000 and play 2 events or 3 events because I was
Yeah,
there for so long. And the only
right.
reason I entered that ladies event, and believe me, they were smaller ladies events that I would enter 1 or 2. I always try to do 1 or 2 every summer.
The
And
other thing,
this year again, I some 3 people approached me about a staking, and I even told you if I did well with what you were doing for me and the gang, software's team, that I would use that toward the ladies event. Like it was a plan, but not a like set in stone for me until the
right.
backers came to me. And honestly, I thought about it, I would have probably really played the mini main than the ladies event this year. But I will definitely be thinking that next year.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too is you sketch out your schedule, you sketch out what you're going to do, whether it be one event or 20 or whatever. But the morning of, you wake up, and if you're not feeling up to it or whatever, for whatever reason, I mean, I remember a few years ago, I was going to play 1B of the main event. I woke up, I didn't feel really well. I don't know. It wasn't like I was sick, but I just didn't feel it, Sherry.
All
I was
right.
walking
No, I
over to
get it.
Diane, and I was like, I'm not feeling it. So I didn't buy in that day,
I get it. I get it. I've
And
done that myself. Believe me.
it's funny now to go back and look at, like, we talked about the schedule and what I was going to play and all this. And like, I didn't play probably 30% of the events. And really, the crazy thing, you go back and look, the events that I really wanted to play, weekend events, Saturday, like big field events, really didn't get to them this year as much. I skipped the Colossus, I skipped the Millionaire Maker. Those are two, like, kind of in my mind at the beginning, non-negotiables, but then for one reason or another, they didn't happen. So
Right. Right.
you always have to kind of go with the flow, and I think that's
I firmly believe that 100%. I have options every day in my mind, and the night before, I think about, okay, what am I doing tomorrow?
what am I
And
doing?
yeah, and guess what? Sometimes it's none of those options.
And,
Sometimes it's nothing. Right?
yeah, and when I ran into day two, which was going to be day one of something else, you know, um, I've never done well when I get out of that event and I'm completely wasted, and I go and I buy I late reg, into that event. And I think, in all honesty, guys, like, if you look back at Negreanu's problems over the last, not getting there, and in some cases having losing years, I think it's because of that mindset of, like, hey, in his case, he's probably sponsored into these events, so why not go play them? And this year, like, as you probably know, he's kind of said, hey, I'm not going to play him, and he's got a bracelet, so.
Right on. And he's taking some time to rest instead of the trying to do the sheer volume of the tournament.
Right,
Right.
right.
And
You get down to the main event, even day 3 or 4 is just exhausting,
you
you
got to have
know?
something left in your tank, right?
Yeah, yeah. So day
Yeah,
7 is absurd, You've got to.
absolutely.
I That's why I really liked when they did the November 9. I don't like the flow of it. Like, if you're rolling along and you're chip leader, the last thing you want to do is put the thing to bed for
Right,
3 months
right,
and come back,
right,
but it was nice in the sense too that everybody could get rested. The problem is that the players that left in July aren't the same players that returned in November. If you have
right.
any intelligence whatsoever, you're gonna, go hire Sean Deeb and Chance Corneth, and you're gonna get in the lab with them and try to win the main event. So,
Right on.
yeah,
Totally, totally different landscape when you have a few months to prepare.
yeah.
All right, let's move on to number 79, which was the 50K high roller pot limit Omaha tournament. 6.2 million in the prize pool. First place to take home 2.1 million. Second place will take home 1.4 million, and we have a winner. It is Daniel Perkusik. Took home the gold, and Danny Tang, who went into yesterday as the chip leader, came in second for that 1.4 million, and an honorable mention to Brian Rast, who came in eighth for 221K. Any comments?
Yeah, Jim Kalapi there in third place. Almost just under. He almost got to 3 million with this cash here, 973,000 for that. So nice job. And one of the nicest people, my buddy Ben Lamb, there in ninth place for 177,000. So
Nice.
great showing for him.
Very cool. All right, event number 80 was the $800 Independence Day celebration tournament, and day 1B, the chip leader came out as William Sass, I believe. Oh no, yeah, this is correct, right?
Yeah. So day
Nipa,
2.
yeah, and then Nipan Java.
Yeah, Nippoon. So this event, Sherry, is pretty crazy. You got Nippoon there in fourth.
Right.
You've got Mark Safe in fifth for 1.825. I mean, two like absolute crushers. I think Nippoon has 2 bracelets. I don't have a link
He
here
has
to
3.
him.
He has 3.
Okay.
Mhm.
And Mark, I don't know if he has one, but he has an absurd amount of deep runs. Remember back in the day, real super deep run in the main event. So pretty crazy to see these two guys at the top of what, a 4,000 player field headed into day 2. And that's just the thing. Like, that's what proves to you, like, poker is such a game of skill, is that, I mean, how do we get to the end of the $500 kickoff and run into Daniel Negreanu? It's
Right on.
like
Right on.
this is like, you can say, oh, he plays a lot of events, but there's 4,000 players there, so,
I just wanted to make it a point that William and Nippon actually came out of day 1B as the chip leaders. And then I want you to tell us who the 2 chip leaders are going into day 2, please.
The 2 chip leaders are Ivan Denev and William Zeiss. And Ivan has a couple 100,000 chip lead on William there. 2.48 million in chips for Ivan and 2.28 for William.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And a notable is a friend of mine from Georgia, Hamid Azadi, has 1.6 million in chips. Tell me where he's at in that field going into
who did you say?
It's Hamid, Hamid.
Oh, Hamid. Let me see.
He has 1.6 million in chips.
1.69. He's in 16th place overall.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you for that.
So right up there at the top. I mean, these events, as you move on to day 2 and 3, it gets tougher and tougher. And that's the thing. Like, all these guys starting day 2 and all this nonsense, like I think that's a huge disadvantage. All these people that are giving away their stacks are gone by that point. So the getting chips gets a lot tougher, and you're not as deep. So it's a lot.
I'm going to tell you, Hamad, he is tough. He is a crusher. He is a crusher. So we can't ever count him out. And one double up, and he's right there at the top of the heap. So
well, look, you've got Nippoon, Mark Safe, and Hamid. These guys, and who knows within that top 16 who else, just because they don't catch my eye necessarily, but now you late regged, max late regged, you scraped into the money, but do you really have a chance to win the tournament? I mean, you always have a chance, right? A chip and a chair, but seriously, like who has the better chance to win here? When you've got all these crushers at the top with, almost 2 million in chips. So it's it's I think it's a big mistake. You can look at your hourly and whatever, but are we really there? Like, are these pros really there for the $800 min cash? Like I just don't get it, honestly.
I get it. I understand exactly what you're saying, for sure. Let's move on to event number 81, which is a 10K main event. Of course, we've got all kinds of flights still left for this. Coming out of day 1B, the chip leader is George, I think it's Dillafan. He has 314K, and Matthew Sabia has
Yeah.
297K in chips. So they are chip leaders coming out of that flight. Some notables moving on are Seidel, Gabby Lifshitz of Israel, Monica Vika, Victoria Lifshitz is also in that mix, and so is Lexi Gavin. So congrats
Yeah.
to those. And of course, there's
Lexi and her husband, right?
and her
Bob.
husband Bob. Both are moving on. There's so many to name, right? And I
Yeah,
just want go ahead.
but going back to Seidel, he had 40,000 or so going into after the dinner break. So that's a pretty good end, 183,000 in chips. So again, do you want to have to take them from Eric Seidel or Bob from Poughkeepsie or wherever,
Easy
whatever?
for you to say.
What's his name? What's his name? Always you say, you want to play with Bob from Poughkeepsie? It's like I'll take him from Bob there rather than
I
Eric
don't know.
Seidel.
Bob's a
Although
loose cannon. At least I kind of know what Seidel's going to be doing. So
I did once take almost every chip from Eric Seidel in the main event. Just to reiterate that, Sherry.
yeah, we got to get that in there. All right, moving on. I love to root for the underdogs. So coming out of flight 1B of the main event, at the bottom of the heap of chip stack sizes, we have two people that didn't report, so they're listed as having one chip. Then we have Brian Castle, Pierre Mollier, I think, and Justin Gilliam all have one chip, so there's some mix up with their chips. But at 612th place in chip sack sizes is Joshua Hardman with 639 in chips. And then in 611th place is Konstantin Puchkov, and he has 6,800 in chips. So good luck to those underdogs, as well as the ones I mentioned yesterday. And so there we go.
Listen, anybody that, first off, now I'm going to go back against like my whole thing of starting on day 2. Day 1 of the main event, yes, you want to be there to catch these punts and hopefully get, maybe 150, 200,000 in chips. But also, if you can end the day with starting stack, you're okay. I mean, starting stack is not the end of the world, and that's why maybe it's not so bad, but it's not where you want to be. Like you're missing out on these opportunities to really collect a lot of chips. And
well, I'm just going to, make mention that when I looked at the list yesterday of those that were moving on to day 2, I don't remember off the top of my head. Let me look. There were 620 moving on. There was one guy that had the exact starting stack 60K, and he was right in the middle of that 620 number. So you're not in the worst of shape. Of course, you're not in the best of shape, but guess what? You still have a lot of big blinds left, so don't panic.
yeah, I think it's like 75 big blinds or something. So
exactly.
you're hardly in any trouble.
Exactly.
And the other thing, Sherry, that people don't realize, I have 75 big blinds on a tournament with 2-hour levels. We are not talking a turbo here. So just get your shit together and stop worrying about the fact that you don't have, you're not in the chip lead.
Yeah, stay
Wait till the
focused.
end.
Stay focused. Just
Right.
pretend like it's the start of the tournament. You're only at the third blind or fourth blind, fifth blind level, and you have, a starting stack more than most tournaments you play of 20,000. So there you go.
Right.
There's lots of ways to look at it, and you just have to look at it in a positive way. I did want to give a little shout out to the WPT stream team. So far, 3 of them have moved on to day 2. Of course, our fan favorite is Brad Nesser, and then Mitch Hansen and Jerry Williams both moved on from Flight 1B yesterday on to day 2. And I want to make mention that I retweeted a Jeff Jeff Platt interview with Jerry Williams from yesterday, because he took out Josh Aria and he pretended like he didn't know who he was, and he called them just a chip donator. So the clip is quite cute and funny. And I did retweet that a little bit ago. If anybody wants to watch that little video clip of Jerry being interviewed and pretending he doesn't know who Josh Aria is. But congratulations to those 3 WPT stream team members.
Yeah, poor Josh. He's had a rough summer. Other than video poker, he's done pretty well. But
well, and you know what? He's gotten a nomination to the Poker Hall of Fame. I'm thinking that's a pretty good summer.
Also, that is also a big thing, and I'm sure that PokerStakes.com is doing pretty well in that regard as well. So I'm not going to cry too much for Josh. He did win a bracelet. I think he's won, like, in the last few years. Isn't he the one that I was saying last year? What's his wife's name? Heather. Anyway, since they've been together, he's won like a bracelet almost every year. So,
lucky man. Lucky man. All right, I want to go around town and shout out some winners. So at Resorts World, Jason Simons won the Tuesday Summer Series $200 nightcap and took home $4,652. At Resorts World, Peter Lee took home Wednesday's Summer Series $200 nightcap, taking home $6,000. At the Venetian, Igor Prokop of Russia was the winner of the Heads Up Chop in the Deep Stack Championship event number 49, $1,100 Ultimate Bounty. He took home $55,368 plus his bounties. At the Aria, Mark Rubithan.
Yeah, Mark Rubithan, aka Weasel,
from the UK, bested a field of 230 entries to win the BetMGM Aria Poker Classic Event 34, which was the $800 horse tournament. And Mark takes home $22,000 for his efforts. Over at the MGM Poker Classic, Tom SR024 took down the 295 plus $25 Cakes Classic Bounty Tournament. He took home over $5,000 and a 3-way chop. And that was and it was a 3-way chop. Sorry. I'm just trying to read it all. Congratulations to a name we've heard many times this summer, Danny Seipel, won event number 2 at the WPT Alpha Trifecta. It was a $25,000 buy-in, and he took home the trophy and $672,000. So congratulations to him. Also at Resorts World, Pablo Cicero Macedo won Wednesday's $300 15K Summer Series event and took home $13,000. And also at Resorts World, Diago, Baptista, Nives, I think, won Thursday's $300 15K Summer Series event and took home $11,000. And I want to give a shout out to a friend of our space, Rick O'Connell. His son Eric played in Flight B and has 92,000 and moving on to day 2. Also, I want to give out a shout out to Wolfie, who has FOMO and said he's selling 98% of his action so he can play the main event. Only wants serious DM. So give a shout out and
There you
some
go.
money to Wolfie, you guys.
I've seen him play cash games. I think he could get in there and probably mix it up.
I think Wolfie would do very well in that main event. He may have waited to the last minute to his own detriment, but you can't fault a man for trying. So if you want to,
never know.
You want to give Wolfie, $9,000 so he can go play the main event. He would surely appreciate it.
$9,800.
There you go. There you go.
Sherry, I want to talk about the main event satellites today,
Please,
if we can.
go right ahead.
And these are through the 7th too. So, the first 2 are regular satellites, not milestones. I guess these milestones are still running too, so we'll go through those. But these are specifically July 2 through 7th. In 15 minutes, there's going to be at 10 a.m., there's going to be a $580 regular satellite, and the regular satellites pay out in multiples of $10,000 paid in tournament buy-in credits. 1 o'clock, same thing, but it's an $1,100 buy-in. 2 o'clock is a turbo, $260. I guess this isn't. This is what this event is.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me shorten it up for you. It's a $260 turbo step into the 7 p.m. $2,200 landmark.
Right. So that is so the 7 p.m. is a landmark.
Yes.
Because on here I have it as a regular, but anyway,
it is a landmark.
Okay, so that makes sense. Then at 4 p.m. is the $580, and that also is listed here as a regular. So that seems to be at least on the 7 o'clock not correct. So don't quote me on these things, but I'm sure these times are correct.
Okay, let me tell you that the 4 p.m. and the 7 p.m. are landmarks, and that's per Kevin Mathers.
Okay, and what about the 10 a.m.?
Okay, let me just go down the list.
Okay.
And I'm going to start at 8 a.m. because I want people to look tomorrow morning in case they're interested.
Sure.
They'll know the time. So at 8 a.m., $1,100 turbo landmark today. At 8 a.m., $145 turbo step into the 1 p.m., $1,100 no limit landmark. At 10 p.m., a $580 no limit landmark. At 1 p.m., an $1,100 no limit landmark. At 2 p.m., a $260 turbo step to the 7 p.m., $2,200 no limit landmark. At 4 p.m., a $580 no limit landmark. At 7 p.m., $2,200 no limit landmark. Okay?
Sure. Yep.
All right. Those are your satellites. Now, when you talk about the non-bracelet events today, you have the 1 p.m. $250 deep stack, the 3 p.m. $240 landmark for 2,000 in chips. 4 p.m. is a $400 deep stack turbo. 8 p.m. is a $200 deep stack turbo. 10 p.m. is a $135 landmark for $1,000 in chip. Those are your non-bracelet events at the WSOP today.
Perfect.
Okay. I want to talk about the Golden Nugget for a minute because, their big series ended, but they're still doing stuff this weekend. It's called the Summer Mix Poker Series. And let me see, I'm just going to share this in the Jumbotron in case anybody's looking for things to do at the Nugget, because this schedule was just released a few days ago. So today is what day? The 5th of July. So at 11 o'clock, they have a $700 buy-in Big O tournament. And at 8 p.m., they have a $150 no limit tournament. I'm also going to read tomorrow's just because it's a new schedule. At the Golden Nugget at 11 a.m. is a $700 horse tournament. And at 8 p.m. is a nightly $150 tournament. So that's the new schedule over at the Nugget. Did you want to do the Venetian and the Win?
Yeah, 11:10 at the Venetian is the $1,600 no limit hold'em ultimate bounty, $300,000 guarantee, 40,000 starting stack, 30-minute levels, late reg open in that till 5:25 with $500 and $2,000 bounties, and then today at the Win at noon is the $1,100 no limit hold'em, $250,000 guarantee, 25,000 starting stack, 30-minute levels, 430 late reg on that. Again, as their typical schedule, the 6 o'clock is the turbo version of that, $1,100 buy-in, $100,000 guarantee, $25,000 starting stack, 20-minute levels. That late reg is open until 9 o'clock.
Awesome. Thank you so much for those updates. Over at the Sahara Poker Room, which again, we thank them for hosting our meetup game. It was awesome. Today they have at 12 p.m. a $60 no limit tournament, a 4 p.m. 4 p.m. $75 buy-in Omaha tournament, 8:30 p.m. a $75 buy-in Texas Hold'em tournament, and they all have $500 guarantees. So that's what's going on at the Sahara. Donna, do you have South Point?
Yeah,
Go ahead,
1005,
lovely.
$100, no limit, 10K guarantee. The 20500 no limit turbo bounty, 3,000 guarantee. 605 200 no limit deeper stack, 20,000 guarantee. And mine and Sherry's favourite is the 10:05 p.m. 100 no limit turbo, 3,000 guarantee.
Thank you for those updates. Today at the ARI at 11 a.m. is their $800 no limit tournament, and there is a $200,000 guarantee at that tournament. Over at the Orleans, they have a tournament starting at 11 a.m. No, I'm sorry. This is the 5th of July. 11 a.m. tournament at the Orleans is their mega stack with a 40K guarantee, $400 buy-in. At 1600 hours is their 1K milestone bank builder, $120 buy-in, no guarantee. At 1800 hours is their super stack 20K guarantee, $200 buy-in, and that starts at 1800 hours. Sorry. I have one more. Who is it? Oh, MGM. MGM, the Moneymaker Tour Summer Poker Festival. Today they have day 2 of the main event. 12 p.m. is that start, and they have definitely broke the record as far as the numbers are concerned. It is the highest prize pool of a main event on that tour, so they're very excited. So congrats
There we go.
to Tony Jones and of course Moneymaker and Stephen Pick over at the MGM working hard. So at 6 p.m. they have a $300 no limit Moneymaker deep stack, 25K starting stack, $15,000 guarantee. It looks like Brian's have some issues with his. Let's see if I can add him as a speaker, and then I'll connect him as a co-host and see if that'll help stuff out. But um, working on it. Okay, Fats, welcome. Good morning. Probably caught him off guard.
He's sleeping over there.
Hey, Avi. Good morning, Avi.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Brian. Just shaving the top of my head right now.
How fun.
Did you move hotels?
I'm still here. This is my last night here. I was just thinking I'll book something for tomorrow night soon. And I followed up Vegas Vacation with Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I don't know why it was like totally perfect, but there was a line in it. Ferris Bueller has a take on simping in the movie, dude. He says, because you can't respect someone who's kissing your ass. It just doesn't work. I was like, oh my God, 1986, he was commenting on simping.
Well, history repeats itself. So, where did you end up going to watch the fireworks at?
I ended up feeling just like tired yesterday, like I was planning on coming back to the strip, but I just looked out my hotel room and saw them. I'm on the 17th floor. Like I wasn't close
Good.
to any, but I saw them like in like 17 or 20 different places, in a distance.
Right.
So it's kind of cool.
All
But
right.
yeah.
Very good. Very good. Well, I'm glad you're still enjoying yourself. Fats, I think you're going to. Did somebody make him a speaker?
Good
Okay.
morning, Sherry.
Oh, hey, Fats, how are you?
All right.
Good.
I just, I've been meaning to put this out there. No disrespect to your sponsor, but if anybody needs help gaining weight, I'm your guy.
Well, the kind of weight you like to gain is way different than an athlete's
Well, you
reason
didn't
for
specify when
gaining weight.
you never specify that.
Right.
Every
I
day
don't know. I'm pretty
you
good at
say they'll help
myself.
you lose weight or gain weight, and I'm like,
That's right.
gain weight.
And they
I
will.
can do that. I can teach people that, no problem.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Well, thank you for that. And people can refer to Fats in that regard. But if you want to do it, for whatever reason you're training for, elevated results can help you out with that. Welcome, Cool Chick. Cool Chick's coming on this morning because she is looking for somebody to help her with a project. It's not something I can do. I just don't have the time. So I told her to come up this morning and tell us about it and tell us what she's looking for to see if anybody would like to volunteer to help her. So go ahead, Cool Chick. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, and good luck to those playing in Vegas. Wish you the best. So I won a metaverse event, and what I'm going to do, and it's just an app. You don't have to have an Oculus and go in VR and all that. You just you can use a spatial app. It's pretty common. You can get it on any app store. It's safe to download. But I don't even think the person would have to download the app because what it is, we're going to play a poker game, and we're going to stream it in the metaverse and on Twitter. And I need someone that can comment on the game with poker tips. Maybe if you see a hand played that really shouldn't have been, or that maybe you wouldn't have called that much, or you would have folded, or something like that, just to comment on the game. And I'm open to play the game on whatever app you want to play it on. We'll make a game for us. I know that poker now, you don't have to download anything. You just go to a link. It's a website link that takes you right to that game.
All right. So if somebody wants to help commentate, which I love that kind of thing, and I've done it before. I haven't done it for an online game, but it's just something I cannot fit in my schedule right now. Otherwise, I would do it with her myself. But if somebody would like to help commentate the home game that she's going to put on in the metaverse, please reach out to Cool Chick and let her know you're interested and help her out. Go ahead, Fats.
Is this just you and a bunch of friends that you're trying to get commentary on, and is this something where you don't see the whole card, you just see the gameplay in action as it's being played?
Yeah, you won't see the whole card. I have no idea how to do that. You'll see my whole cards because I'll be hosting the event. But other than that, people will be turning their hands over like at the end of the hand or whatever. And it'll be about 3 weeks out.
You're looking like the first week in August?
Well, I mean, I'm open to end of July, 1st of August, 2nd week of August, whatever. I mean, we can schedule however is convenient for the person.
All right. Well, I might be able to. If you can't find anybody, let me know. I'll be. That sounds like something I could do for you.
Perfect. I'm going to let the two of you handle that off Spaces.
But the first week of August, I'll be in Vegas for Bet Bash, so I can't do anything then.
Okay, no problem.
Awesome. Perfect. There you go, cool chick. There's a lead for you. I want to make mention that today at 4:30 Pacific time, which means 7:30 Sherry time, 7:30 Sherry, we will have the Cookie Monster on. And the Colorado Cookie Monster, do I remember his name correctly? I always want to put something different on his name for some reason. And I want to, hold on. I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. Brian, this is your guest. You brought him to me. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Yes, I'm shuffling through my papers because, of course, they're all over the place. And
He's known as the Cookie Monster. That's his name.
Well, there's a word in front of that, and I thought it was the Colorado, the Steamboat,
yeah.
There you go, Steamboat Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Is going to join us tomorrow.
That
or
poor
not tomorrow.
table.
Today at 4:30. Okay, that's because I'm trying to do too many things. Today at 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern time. We are going to have the Cookie Monster on, and I highly recommend you join us because he's going to be a character. I promise you that.
Oh, for sure.
We're gonna chat about his recent win of a gold bracelet at the WSOP.
Sherry, we end up at the same table in the tag team event, and that poor table. I think we just agreed that everybody at the table that Cookie and I would divide up their chips and send them packing. That's pretty much what happened, and it was quite the time.
Awesome. Well, we will look forward to having a fun interview with him today at 4:30. So please join us. I'm looking forward to it because I just happened to run into him at the Poker Org Players Lounge, and I had a great vibe as far as he's going to be a fun guest. So I look forward to that for sure. All right, I'm going to go around the horn. Burroughs, welcome. Good afternoon.
Welcome. Good afternoon. What's up, Sherry? What's up, Donna, Brian, everybody? Hey, Fats,
Hey.
why didn't you invite Cool Chick to come and check out the Poker Spaces Saturday night ACR game and see how people announce it and do a live game? What's up with that?
That's a good idea. That's the first time you ever had a good idea ever. You know that?
Thanks, Fats. It happens every time. So here's my second good idea. After she checks it out Saturday night, 7 o'clock, I actually might play this week. You can, Fats, maybe if you commentate, you can update on how many calories you're eating while you're commentating.
Ay, ay, ay.
Wow. I could. Usually I eat before the tournament starts. I don't eat much during the tournament, but I could give those updates if something finds its way.
I'm talking about while you're commentating, not this Saturday. We'll give her a dry run on Saturday, and then when you commentate for her, you can do that.
Ay, ay, ay. This is what we've come to. Burroughs. This is what
Burrow,
we've
he
come
can't.
to.
One who brought it
He can't help himself. That's why his screen name there is Scumbarrow.
Fats, you're the one who brought it up. I'm sorry. So if that was too much, I apologize. You were the one who said
No, you think I'm going to get upset about somebody making a weight joke?
No, of course not. Anyway, so yeah, you should check that out. 7:00 tomorrow night on the Spaces. Fats will be in there and a bunch of the other regular from Spaces. And yeah, it'll be on ACR. And that's all. Great show again, Sherry, Brian.
Thank you.
It.
I appreciate you.
Thanks, Burrow.
That does remind me of something else, though, Sherry. When you were saying how you started your space 3 hours early today.
Yes, love.
And well, the reason why nobody said anything to you was because we were all still asleep.
Oh,
so
I know.
we didn't see it. So
I know. Well, I did get a message from somebody. I woke up with that DM, and I got, dang it, you woke me up. Now I can't go back to sleep. DM back, but sorry, it's not like I did it on purpose.
Actually, I seen it, but it popped up. But I was driving, and by the time I got to the red light, and I was gonna text you, I think it's a little early. You were already had hung up, so.
Oh my God. I think I lasted 38 seconds or 58 seconds and realized, oh my God,
yeah, the moral to this,
again.
The moral to this story is, Sherry, I don't think we're gonna let you have to be allowed to go back to Vegas anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think you can handle it.
I think I'm handling it well. But the moral to the story is this is day 38 of Sherry doing this shit on a daily basis.
and sometimes at the right time.
And sometimes at the right time. Oh, it's coming to an end soon.
When is the last event of the WSOP?
That's the main event, sir.
Yeah, the main event's not the last event.
They have some trickle. What are the extra events, Brian? Do you know off the top of your head? Here, I have it.
I mean, they're only up to like 70 something or 80 something out of 100, right?
Well, we're on 81 is the main event, and I thought there was just like 2.
Yeah, so today you have the 10K main event, right? Flight 1C, and then there's an online event. There's actually 2 online events tomorrow, the main event, and then another online event, the Deep Stack Championship, $600 buy-in. And then event number 82, the $1,000 no limit hold'em, and then that's a 7 p.m. start on that. By the way, guys, Sunday is event number 83, the $1,500 8-game mix, 6-handed, and then also on Sunday 2 p.m. start, $600 ultimate stack no limit hold'em flight A. And
okay, we're going to stop you right
2
there.
Fights. Yeah.
But we're going to stop you right there because the last event is number 99 and we are on 81. So
yeah. I'm not going to go through all of them, Sherry.
So I'm going to rescue you and just get out the number for you.
There's a lot of events left. Hopefully, as the main event gets down, they aren't putting a lot of these events into the area that they're doing the main event, because I just think like that needs no other announcements or misunderstandings of breaks and different stuff. So
oh my God, suck it up,
Buttercup.
Buttercup. Why should they be different than any one other tournament? I do not agree with that statement.
Well, you're wrong, as somebody who's been in the main event, not too deep, but deep enough where it was a problem.
Hey, just like you think Daniel Negreanu should come play with the scrubs and feel what it's like, guess what?
The
Same thing,
scrubs
main
are
event.
in the main event.
I know,
We're
but
all
you have to
there.
deal with
We're all there.
the atmosphere just like everyone else does.
Yeah, the main event is enough to deal with.
I mean,
Deep.
even the people doing a 50K tournament are demanding that. Come on, Brian.
Well, the 50K tournament isn't the main event.
Well, guess
Ask
what?
any of those guys if they'd rather win the 50K or the main event.
Well, I think you'll have a mixed bag of responses. Go ahead, Burrows.
Yeah. Oh, I was just going to say that, yeah, you're right. Event 99, which is Wednesday, July 17th. It's the last actual live event, but you still got over 2 weeks left. If you look
Yeah,
at
but
official event is that online one on July 21st. So
we're at event 81 and we're going to 99. It seems like nothing to me.
yeah. No, I get it. I mean, yeah.
Seems like nothing to me. It's almost over. I could go back to my real life.
One thing is when you cash these events, especially the bigger events, if you and let's say unfortunately you cash and you're a min cash and there's this big huge line to get your payout slip, all you need to do is get your payout slip. You don't have to go collect your money right then. Right then is actually probably the worst time to go get your money or whatever you're going to do with it. You have weeks, like you can do it all throughout the summer, and actually they probably hold it beyond that, but I wouldn't do that, obviously. If you go to get your payout right when they're doing hundreds of them at the same time, obviously you're going to be waiting quite a while to be able to process that.
Great advice. And another thing I want to remind folks to do, which I forgot to do, but I'll be back in December and hopefully I can do it then, is if you need a record of your buy-ins for tax purposes, they are not included in the normal end of the year, record that you can print online from Caesars. You actually have to print that record in the kiosk at the WSOP. So when you're at the WSOP and you're done playing, go to that kiosk and print your record of buy-ins if you need that for your tax purposes. It's 1,000 times easier to do that than trying to contact Caesars in February to get that record, because it's separate from the statement you can print online of your win-loss at a casino at the Caesar property. So do that before you leave Vegas, people.
Yeah, much easier.
Yep. And, some people don't even know they have to do it. They just assume it'll be on their win-loss record at the end of the year, and it's not. Which I don't know why it isn't, but anyway, that's the way it goes.
Hey, Brian, do you remember somebody got a video last year of Daniel after he won the main event the next day going to the cage to cash out? So, yeah, even the guy who won the main waited until the next day to go to the cage.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're that guy, it is going to take a while to process. And don't take it in cash, the 10 million. That would be really dumb. You are going to pay taxes. So, and you're going to pay taxes on all of your winnings, actually, because it's all recorded, guys. The last thing you want to do is show up to an audit and have the IRS guy bring in your Hendon mob and say,
well,
hey,
and let's
what
just
about all
say,
this?
The IRS has been hot on the trail of winning gamblers in Vegas since day one, because that's how they were nailing mob members. So
Yeah,
believe me, the IRS is all about taxing those gambling wins and losses. And you definitely want to make sure you're reporting.
Yeah, like and too, if you're staking, like, and you're winning any amount, be prepared, because the person is going to want to send you a whatever it is, whatever the form is. So
Is
anything
it
over 600 has
I-9
to be
or what the
reported.
hell's that
So
called? Yeah. Yeah.
I-9 or one of those, whatever. So
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead, Avi.
I just wanted to report back. The shave went really well. I shaved the whole top of my head, just left the beard, took out the shadow. Thanks again, Joe.
I hope you put some sunscreen on that bald dome now.
yeah, that is a good idea. And Avi later today will be giving twerking lessons, I see here as well. So watch out for that in the Paris ballroom.
Oh,
I'm gonna start doing squats on yoga streams.
What's the deal? I tuned in yesterday, Avi. There was nobody talking. I somehow finagled my way into a speaker role. You were on mute.
Wait, when was this? I don't
Yesterday,
remember.
you had Vegas Vacation
Oh,
on.
the Vegas vacation space, yeah.
You were on mute. I was like wanting to talk Vegas Vacation, but I couldn't get through.
Oh, I thought you were there when we started talking Vegas vacation. Weren't you?
We talked about it on here, but then you played it, so I was like, this is cool.
Yeah, I was talking to Slay like right after it ended, and I saw you as a speaker, but I guess you couldn't hear or something.
Yeah, it was you and Slay up there.
And then Slay's buddy, who came in second place in a PLO tournament for 800,000, came on and talked too.
That's right.
Nice.
800K.
Very
That
cool.
would be quite the day of poker. By the way, now that he said it on Twitter, Cody had a pretty nice night over there at the Aria. So he got the chance. I'll just say it this way: what he said. I got the chance to play 200, 400, and won the biggest pot of my life, 60,000, with an insane hero call on the turn. I had 9-7 of clubs on a Queen 9 5-5 board. I tanked forever and called and faded both turns versus Jack 10. One of the greatest nights of my life for sure, playing with Mr. Keating.
How exciting.
So
way to go.
Our high stakes pro, Mr. Cody Daniels.
And Alan Keating proven again why he's the best thing ever happening to poker.
He's awesome. I was over there with Cody just as he was leaving to go over there. I wanted to hide in the trunk, Sherry, but it seemed like they weren't going to have a trunk to hide in. So Abby and I headed back, but it was really good to see him just awesome. Go over there, and really, really cool. Alan giving him that opportunity. So pretty cool.
Absolutely an awesome opportunity. And again, it speaks volumes about Alan Keating, who of course we all love and respect. And very cool moment in the poker world.
Yeah.
For sure. Is he going to buy into the main with that? Do you guys know? There's kind of hints that might happen.
He is getting bought into the main by somebody for sure. I'm not releasing who that is because that's none of my business, but he is going to be playing the main.
Let's fucking go, Cody.
So good luck to Cody. He gets to live another dream out. So very cool. You guys, I'm going to end the space because it's time to go touch the grass. If nothing else, take a nap. So I'm going to try to run some errands today and act like a normal human being for at least part of the day. I see that Bobby, who put this up here, Burroughs put up in the Jumbotron. Bobby's selling selling to the. I'm sorry. Still selling for the main at zero markup. Playing tomorrow, hopefully, if enough interest. Inquire within. So if you want to stake Bobby, reach out to him in a DM and make that happen for him. So good luck to him. And anything else? You have anything to add, Brian?
Yeah, that's it. I'm headed for Vegas here. I better go get shit packed. Actually, I gotta leave. I gotta leave here in like an hour. Oh my gosh. And mom is coming, but she is being a pain in the ass, Sherry.
Well, yeah, that's
She
mom.
lost her ID, so now she's taking some, Tijuana to Las Vegas van that I booked her last night. It's a big mess, but she's like, I'm so sorry. This is probably really stressing you out. I'm like, no, not at all. Like you do you.
God bless her.
So,
doesn't she have a passport? She could have used her passport.
No, she doesn't have that. And, honestly, I've gotten on planes without an ID. So you just have to get there early. And then they ask you a million questions and they look you up in the thing. And then they
but don't you know
on.
that it's going to be the one time they're not willing to do that? I would
that's
take
why
that chance.
That's why I booked the van, because I figured go over there, see if they let you on the plane. If not, then head home, so but so we're gonna get there, and
absolutely
we're gonna stay actually we're staying out by Daniel Negreanu, so I'm gonna see if he can give us a ride at
perfect.
The tournament.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely. Let's space while you're in his little Tesla with him.
We'll
with
be
your
in
mom.
the Tesla, with my mom.
With your mom.
My mom. That is a funny video. I think that would make his vlog go, like, he'd finally get some views on that thing, Sherry.
I love it. All right. Well, safe travels, my friend. And I will talk to you this afternoon when we meet up with the Cookie Monster in the Spaces at 4:30 Pacific time for that interview. Until then, you guys have a great day. Good luck if you're playing today. If not, touch the grass, people. Let's
go.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks, Sherry.